welcome to another exciting episode of Super Wonder. I'm your host, Teladia Plays, and of course, I gotta bring on my co host. You guys know him as Comics League, I know him as Jared. Let's get him in.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this thing.
Okay, all right, let me share. So again, we're covering. This is an annual, so it's technically the next part. So this opens up. It's still like Superman is still turning to Doomsday. They're still doing the whole Doomsday virus thing, and Super Doom is fighting Cyborg Superman, which is just an awesome image. Just look at that. It's so
Yes.
badass. And they're fighting, so Super Doom just tears his arm off and then just flies away.
It's like, ah!
Yeah, and then Cyborg's like, "You're too late. You're all gonna die." On the Watchtower, they're trying to coordinate because they're actually seeing that like Clark is coming back to Earth, and they technically don't want that because Clark is turning into Doomsday. And so as they approach the Earth, the kryptonite atmosphere starts affecting Superman because, as I've explained, that's what like allows Doomsday to more take over. So right now, it's basically just Doomsday on Earth. At the same time, the Justice League, primarily the JLA, are fighting back against Brainiac's invasion forces. He lands and they go like continue to fight Brainiac's forces. At the same time, Steel and Lana Lang are coordinating effects and the efforts in space. And Super Doom can apparently blast sound waves out of his arms.
Wait, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm like, oh, well, that's interesting.
What does he think he is? Cyborg?
Kind of. And I love how they have like Clark is fighting Super Doomed in his own head. But again, he's weak because of the kryptonite. Then Wonder Woman shows up and she's going to go fight Super Doomed so he doesn't kill anyone. And she takes off the gauntlets, and that's why like her eyes are white. Like if I zoom in here, you could see like
to the end.
Because it's unleashing her like god powers. Because again, this iteration of Wonder Woman is the daughter of Zeus. So that's
a
one.
literal god.
Yeah, exactly. So they're battling. Cyborg, Superman, and Steel fight, assisted by Lana. And then Super Doom and Wonder Woman continue their battle. And Wonder Woman's like, "You have to stop because here's the thing: if you go into that town, your kill field is gonna kill everyone, and I can't let you do that." So she's like, "Please don't do this to me. Please don't just be another monster." Yeah, I think you know what she's saying. Don't make me kill you.
Don't make me kill.
And what's kind of cool is that so there's a hole in in a Steel ship. So Lana being exposed to the vacuum of space somehow doesn't disintegrate her. Hey, what's up, Najee? Somehow Lana being like exposed to the vacuum of space doesn't kill her. So I'm like, okay. But anyway, Steel shows up and he like. So the way the Steel suit works in the New 52 is it's kind of like Iron Man's nanotech in that he can touch people and then some of the steel armor will flow onto them. So he basically makes a makeshift spacesuit.
Of course.
And so again, Wonder Woman has to like stop Superman. So she wields back the sword and she's like, "Don't make me do this. Please don't make me do this."
And she almost does it.
Again, this would have been a dope Tales from the Dark multiverse story where she does kill him, but she is exposed to the Doomsday virus and she becomes the next Doomsday.
That would have been epic,
This is the idea I had, and DC never goes by my ideas. So then, but what's cool is that the what's the word? The kryptonite atmosphere starts dispersing. So Superman's like, "Okay, Doomsday, time to go." He rips open the projection of Clark rips open his shirt. He's like, "Okay."
He does the thing. He does the thing.
He did the thing. And then he basically goes, "Okay, Doomsday, it's time to go now." I'm just like, That's on the level of not impressed. That's the thing about New 52 Superman. He was such a badass. He was like, yeah, my turn. And then he basically regains control. And then at the same time, so okay, the Brainiac forces are defeated. You think everything's good, right?
No.
Wrong, because Cyborg Superman activates the portal, and Brainiac skull ship comes through the portal, which looks
Oh,
like a giant like worm. By
it
the way,
looks like a
look how big that thing is. That's the Earth.
no. It looks like the what's it called from Avengers movie.
Oh yeah, the Leviathan. But look, this is Earth. That's how big this thing is. It could swallow Earth.
I never knew Brainiac had a big ship like that.
Well, normally it's just shaped like a human skull with tentacles coming off and just flies through space. In this, they made it like some like worm creature. And that's the end of this issue. So
Yeah,
this was like one of the craziest issues I have ever read of this series, because it's like Wonder Woman versus Superman, and she has to almost kill him. That is the compelling thing. She's like, she's begging with him, please
she
don't make me do this. I
she
don't want to do
plead
this.
you. She's like pleading, please don't make me kill you.
Because you know she will, because she's has to protect the people. And she's like, no, I don't want to do this.
I don't want to do this, my love. Yes.
Yeah, and
So
that's the thing. That's what's important about Superman and Wonder Woman. And they said this actually in an earlier issue of Volume 2. So Wonder Woman asked, like, have you guys talked about what would happen if Superman, if the, so did you guys talk about, like, your relationship versus the world? And Wonder Woman's like, we never made an agreement because it was understood between us.
but it's still like I'm still like well in the fact that Superman managed to control Super Doom, if you know what I mean. Like in his mind. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like ah like I thought it would have taken him a long time to thing.
Hey, what's up,
Daniel,
Daniel? How you doing,
hi
brother?
Daniel, and that's understandable. I understand if you're at work. Feel free to watch it later on a replay. Hashtag replay crew, as
Glad you
always.
commented at least, Daniel. It's all good, brother.
Yes, glad you commented. Glad to see you here as always. But yeah, so when I read this book, I was just like, Super Doom, is the virus gonna be gone? And I think the next issue it's gone, isn't it?
Huh?
Super Doom, the Super Doom virus.
Okay. The next issue. All right. So I'm gonna have to. All
Explain
right.
it.
Okay. So you know what? Screw it. Because the next issue, I think. Let me see here. The next issue. I'm trying to see where the next one starts. All right. So the next one is the assimilation issue. So that should be. That's issue, I believe. Hang on, I'm just checking because that was the annual. So technically that doesn't count. Okay, so the next one's issue 11, and it's not gone yet. The end of Super Doomed is when it goes. So when we get to issue 11 next week, I'll be pulling from this book right here. It's just this week's issue, we didn't really need to do that because it picked up right where the last one left off. But
Right. Okay.
because it's at the end of this that he purges the virus.
Yeah, I was a bit like, because I was reading it, I was just like looking to the next issue. I'm like, wait a minute, whoa. We never saw the ending of what happened to Super Doom.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the one issue I have with volume 2. It's so tie-in. It's like it's basically a tie-in volume to this. It's great stuff, but it's still
It's
a
great
tie-in.
stuff,
I
yeah.
remember reading this for the first time, and I'm like, these issues aren't connecting that well.
Yeah, that's what I had. That's what I felt. It wasn't thinking. I was just like thinking, issue 11 that was,
Mm-hmm.
because like we got, I believe we got one more issue left, and then
No, 2 more. Because
Isn't this
no, because this the issue we covered this week doesn't count because that's an annual. 11 and 12 are the last 2 weeks.
okay? That's why I got confused because I read. Jerry, you never guess what I read.
What?
I read issue 11. I got so confused.
If you want to cover issue 11 now, we can just go ahead and do that.
No, I mean I want to save it for next week because
All right.
because obviously I was just skimming through issue 11 because I was just like wait a minute, this is the same image as what Jared sent me for the thumbnail.
Yeah, exactly.
So I said, you know what, might as well like Jared show me the annual stuff because I to didn't get the annual because I only got the Super Wonder comic.
Yeah, I should have told you the last one was an annual, so it's really just like that. It's really just it's yeah. I should have told you that because they don't really advertise that.
Yeah, but it's not your fault though, man. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
we all make mistakes, and at the end of the day, guys, honestly though, that the book what Jared showed us for the first few minutes, I'm blown away because
Mm-hmm.
I thought Super Doomed would have been controlled by now, and he would have been gone. But
Mm-hmm.
I guess not. I guess not. I guess not in this issue. I guess that he's still got the power and the mind over Clark, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, wow. And when he pulled off Cyborg Superman's arm,
Yes.
that
Yes.
pan that panel alone is just great. Just
Yes.
just that panel alone, I'm just like, why did we get more of this in the Super Wonder comic?
I don't know because again, DC wants to sabotage. But real quick, I just wanted to tell you this is a tangent, but still, I just saw that on Friday they're releasing one of the songs from the Rebel Moon soundtrack.
Tom Holcomb, yeah, yeah,
It's a
and
junkie. It's a
Junkie,
junkie.
it's the Junkie XL. Yep, just a
Yes.
bit of news there for you guys. Exclusive.
Exclusive. But yeah, so the thing, Larry, is kind of funny. Salani, I want to tell you, but I'll tell you I'll tell you now
Well,
because we're on
yeah,
stream because it's funny. So I was recording Love Legacy with Britt, and she basically dropped a Granny Pants reference without knowing it, and then immediately I just burst out laughing and I explained the Granny Pants thing.
you extend the granny pants.
Yeah, I'm like, wait, did I hear that? How? Wait, did I hear that correctly? And then I'm like, oh, I gotta tell Teladia this.
And let me guess, like he told her the
I
whole
don't think she understood it because she was like, okay, but I'm like, yeah, I have weird friends.
yeah, because if you don't know what the granny pants reference is, guys,
Oh
is when
boy.
Jay Heat searched up what granny pants is for Wonder Woman, and it was Linda Carter in granny pants,
Mm-hmm.
and it was all crazy, and his eyes were wide open. He couldn't believe it. His eyes were burning, as he says. But still, uh, but yeah. So back to the issue, though. I really enjoyed the issue, like from not reading it, but listening to you tell me about the annual stuff. Um, Now I've got a question for you, Jared, because you've read everything for New 52 Superman annual and all of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
When did this issue really come out for the annual stuff?
Annuals, let me see, because okay, so let me go back. I have to actually let me pull it up on DCU real quick, and then I can answer that Q. It came out in see the series started in 2014, by the way, so it was like pretty in the new 52.
Hmm
2014, August 6, 2014.
That's 2014, you said, right?
Yep, 2014.
So
So it was like a
2015.
year this series started like a year or two after the new
This
52 started.
Wait, we gotta say this, right? It's almost a decade since that book came out.
Ah, stop making me old. I'm almost as
No,
old as Nick.
hey, I'm old.
Not quite. I have a long way to go to be old, to be as old as Nick and you.
Yeah, you got a long way to go, man. You're still a young bud.
I'm a whippersnapper.
But I'm an old guy, and I'm just like, oh my god, a decade since that book came out. Oh my god,
Mm-hmm. Almost. Next year will be a decade.
next year will be a decade. Yeah,
Yeah, that's interesting when you think about it. Man, has time flown.
and this is why DC needs to bring back the New 52 as the Ultimate Universe.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense, right? Bring back Super Wonder. Make make the they call it Ultimate Super Wonder.
Yeah, actually, that's honestly not a bad idea.
We should make a hashtag saying Ultimate Super Wonder.
That would actually work. Yes, put like sell Snyderverse to Netflix, then like do like Ultimate Super Wonder, hashtag Lois Lane sucks, all that.
Yeah, that'd be epic in a trailer or something.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine that? And then we could get all the New 52 stuff from the comics and then from the anime, mashed it up
Mm-hmm.
and together. Ah, that would go really well, Jerry, don't you think? And then post it
Yes.
online. But yeah, so the annual stuff though, I think the artwork looks really good. It's done by the same person, right?
It's done by the annual had like a bunch of different different artists. It had Cliff Richards, Tony Daniels, so yes, Jack Herbert, Ed Benes, he's fantastic, and
Right.
Pascal X Alex.
Okay, so there was different variant people. Was there any variant covers?
I don't think so. There were some variant covers for the volume, so I'll pull that up real quick because I don't know if I showed that yet. So let me do that. All right. So where is volumes? Here we go. War and Peace. Let me pull that
Here
up.
we go.
Yeah, here we go. Let me go all the way to the end here. Okay, so
You got the power.
so here's one. Here's another. So it's a little bit like the old World War II clips.
Yeah,
And then this kick-ass one. I love that. I love the coloring.
I liked it. I like it.
Then this one, which by the way,
Oh,
they have an Xbox skin for this.
wait, they got an Xbox skin
You
for
could
that?
get a PlayStation skin, an Xbox skin, officially licensed. And this is the thing that Britt and I brought up on the show. If this was such a bad idea, why does DC keep marketing new merch for this?
I have no idea.
The line is called Lovebirds.
I've seen this. Like I've seen a poster of this or something on the internet. I was just like,
Yeah, it's
man,
this, except it's covering like the Xbox Series X and the controller. I want it.
you
Then it's the
want it?
zombie one.
Zombie one's too creepy.
Yeah, and that's it for this volume.
But that's crazy. There's some really good ones in
Actually, you
there.
know what? Since we're not covering the rest of the volumes, do you want to just see the variant covers for the rest of the
Yeah,
volumes?
yes, please.
All right. We might as well. Since we're not covering the story, we might as well just roll with this.
Yeah, we're rolling with this, guys.
Hang on. Okay. Let me do this. All right. So, is it sharing? All right, here we go. All right, here we go. So, Lego.
Lego Batman 3.
Yeah, probably. And then this variant of the Justice League 12 cover of them hugging and kissing, but Flash had wrapped the lasso around them and is running away because he's Barry Allen.
Oh god.
Darwin Cook, like Justice League New Frontier style.
Yes, I like that.
Francis Manipul, but it's Harley Quinn as Cupid.
Right.
And then this little movie poster. And
Nice.
and yes, it is the most magnificent cover a comic ever, just not by the most magnificent comic writer.
Of course.
Because this is when he who must not be named joined the book.
Yes.
Every time we bring up anything Tomasi did that's actually good in this book, you can see Britt and I are like holding back like total cringe, and we're like, ugh.
Because you got the right taste.
Yeah, because we're like, this is stupid. Okay, and this is for volume 4. Wait, okay, here we go. So we got this little like Teen Titans Go style. And then teamwork always wins, again with the whole World War II style theme. This one of everyone transitioning into their superpowers. This inspired by Greek myth one, which I might actually try and pick up because that looks really cool. And then this like magic inspired one, I guess. And then yeah, they had an alternate like a scene to take on a comic scene from the book that Tomasi wrote that is somehow worse than the original. This is the one time where you don't want to release the blank cut.
Yeah.
All right, and then this is volume 5. This is the last volume when they decided it would be a good idea to kill Superman because they're wholly uncreative and can't come up with any other ideas. There's only a couple of them. There's one that you're gonna love, Teladia. So pay close attention to this one. All right.
Give
So
me a
we.
second.
All right, you ready?
1 second. Um, Sorry, I'm just like sorting out my computer. That's all.
Yeah. So we have this black and white one, and you can kind of say like the black and white American flag. Then Wonder Woman holding Superman up, and then check this one out. See if this looks familiar, Teladia. Wait. The next one's the one. So, first off, an awesome battle scene. Wait. See if this sounds familiar. See if this looks familiar. What do you think this is a reference to?
BVS.
Yes, because this came out around the time that BVS was coming out. That's why you have like a lot of like Snyderverse inspired comic covers coming out. And then you have this one by John Romita Jr., which,
Wow.
again, it has some great covers and great artists. That's the thing that really hurts. The problem is the writing was like, no, I don't want this.
But like I said, I think so far though that I really enjoyed like you telling me this annual stuff. I've been loving just covering Super Wonder. It's been a fun little exercise for me, so to say, to re-dive into the New 52. But I never read the new Super Wonder stuff, so this is my first time doing this stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of interesting to know that how much of an in-depth Superman and Wonder Woman's relationship was.
Oh, it was. It's very like embedded in the entire freaking New 52 practically. So like it's honestly like ridiculous how like well dug in this how like entrenched in the New 52 this relationship
Yeah,
was.
were you about to say Chloe?
No, I wasn't. I said close. I was
Oh,
very clear on that.
I thought you said Chloe for
Nope, I would never say Clois. Nope.
anyway. And anyway, um, how do you feel about um, how do you feel about them? What direction they were going in with with the issue? Because in my honest opinion, I was a bit. sad. Like when you told me after what you showed on screen, I'm a bit sad the fact that get rid of Super Doom.
Well, why? It lived out its usefulness. If they kept him, there wouldn't be a new 52 Superman.
No, I mean I would have had like a full like like I would have done it maybe uh obviously the full volume 2, right?
Yeah, but there's also all of this.
Oh, okay.
They have an entire book that's just the Super Doomed. It's basically an omnibus of the entire Super Doomed event.
Right, right, right.
It wasn't limited to this. This was just all the tie-ins for Superman and Wonder Woman that tied into this event.
Right. Okay. Now that makes kind of makes sense to me because I thought maybe they would have, you know,
That's
kept it.
why I was using this to explain the context. So you got the context around which these tie-ins are happening.
It's still great though. Like, don't get me wrong, that version of Doomsday being infected with Superman,
That's a cool story idea and a way to like adapt the death of Superman uniquely.
yes. And this is what DC needs to do. Look back at the older books and look back at the New 52, particularly the New 52, by the way, and say,
Yeah, but
look,
it's like I was on MSK's show the other day, and this is what I
yeah,
told him. I'm like, the reason why DC is struggling is because they keep telling the same stories over and over again, exactly the same way, over and over and over again. Oh, Doomsday is gonna show up. What are they gonna do? It's like, let me put it this way: I love BVS, but the minute Doomsday shows up, you know they're killing Superman. So it's like,
mhm.
okay, because I know DC does not have the balls to do a different story or a different version of that story. Because they could. Can you imagine Henry Cavill as Super Doomed?
You know what? I can imagine it. And
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, also, Superman and Wonder Woman as a couple in the Snyderverse would have been dope. But my point is, they could have done because here's the thing: it would have seemed less of a cram in BVS had they like not done straight up the death of Superman, but done like a different thing.
yeah, I mean, don't let Sammy hear you say about it's like the best
Mm.
Superman and Wonder Woman. She'll go ballistic.
Suck it, Sammy. I love you, Snyder Queen, but yeah,
But still, um, I just think I can just imagine Super Doom Henry Cavill. I'm just imagining it
yeah,
right
I'm
now.
telling you, it'd be dope.
And can you just imagine the amount of popularity that would be in 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 figures, hot toys?
We already have action. They have an action figure for Super Doomed. Imagine the hot toy. Oh boy,
Yo, all it's gonna be broke.
it's already gonna be broke because first Sammy keeps sending me pictures of Super Wonder merch, and then Sammy keeps sending me Rebel Moon merch, and I'm like, stop it! I love it, but my credit card bill is gonna be like, bong.
Yeah, I know that feeling. But so this is the part where anybody in the chat, if you guys want to ask questions to Jared about today's
That pertain to the book.
that pertain to the book, ask us questions in regards to that, and then we'll wrap up pretty soon. I know it's a short stream today, but that's because it was an issue 11, as Jared told me. If he it was the annual stuff. If I knew it was the annual stuff, I would have made we would have made it a little bit longer. Plus, the annual stuff isn't that long, is it?
No, it's not really. Plus I skimmed through it because most of it is people fight. So I'm like, yeah, they do battle for a long time.
Yeah, and it's like the. But I gotta ask you, right? This is something coming from me. The dialogue. How does this compare to previous um
I like
annuals?
Wonder Woman begging with Superman to stop because you can kind of feel like she's like, I'm prepared. I will kill you. I really don't want to. So it communicates the emotional depth.
Yeah, and and like I said, I just think sorry. like I said, I just think it's so cool, so cool just to see the different art style for Superman and Cyborg Superman and Wonder Woman and all of those characters.
Yeah, that is. Plus, again, Doomsday having his arm ripped off. Come on.
Like how? Hey, what's up, Najee?
Mm-hmm.
Um, like how?
Mm-hmm.
Like how can he survive in space? I've always wanted to know that.
Because here's the thing about Cyborg Superman. No, this is the main Cyborg Superman. So I don't know if it's the same one for the Kryptonian, but he will regenerate from anything. He cannot die.
He cannot die.
In fact, there was this one time he teamed up with, I think, when he became a Yellow Lantern, it was because Sinestro and the Anti-Monitor said, if you help us take over the universe, we will kill you at the end of this. He's like, yes, please. So yeah, that's why he doesn't like die. Plus, it wasn't like he tore off his like human arm. Human, because remember this is a Kryptonian. It tore off the metal arm that I'm sure he could like regrow or
Regenerate,
rebuild.
regenerate. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Could
not
you
that
imagine?
complicated.
Imagine him ripping off the other arm, though.
Yeah, that would be crazy. But you see blood globs like floating in space.
That would be great for a panel, in my opinion.
That
Like,
would be fantastic. And that'd be, if this was a Black Label book, I think they would have done that. And I'm like, yes, please do that.
you know what? I just had a thought.
What?
What if DC did a Black Label New 52, right?
Well, I'm telling you, that's what they should do. Because
No. But not like the normal New 52, where they like. So Wonder Woman gets the virus, not Superman,
you mean
right?
Tales of the Dark Multiverse?
Yeah, Tales of the Dark Multiverse. Um, Najee, we're talking about comics here, not about the.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Suicide Squad game right now.
Anyway, but yeah, when I um, I just think like Tales of the Dark Multiverse, Death Metal. Imagine Death Metal, but instead of Batman, you put the Wonder Woman's. So you got like
They
Flash.
sort of had that in Metal, where they show like a window into the dark multiverse, and it's got like all these different versions of Wonder Woman, like this one where she became Cheetah.
What?
Yeah, there's one. Hang on, I'll grab the image real quick because okay, dark.
That is dope. That is
Hang on, there's one where Superman became Darkseid. Let me pull that up. I think it's the last issue. I think. Let me see here. Yeah, so I can like show you up there. All right, so let me see here. All right, so this. Oh, I just saw an ad that says Bendis is coming. No.
no,
All right, here we
no.
go.
Why did you say that name?
I know. So here it is. So check this out. There's one where she became Giganta.
What?
Yep. And there are other ones in here. There's like Amazo, but became a goblin. I think a Wonder Woman, she has Hawkgirl's mace like attached to the lasso, and she's like whipping it around.
Why didn't DC go ahead with that?
Well, they did. This is part of the story. It's part of a Dark Knight's Metal. That's what it is.
No, I mean like not canonize it.
It is canon though.
But like tell the stories of how they become.
Because you can't tell all of them. There's like, and plus Tales of the Dark Multiverse didn't do well because they started doing like Tales from the Dark Multiverse, Crisis on Infinite Earths. So you're telling me each dark world has its own multiverse? In other words, it started to not make sense.
Right. It would have been dope. It would have been
It
really
would have
cool.
been cool, 100%. But I'm like, okay. There is the first Tales of the Dark Multiverse is great because it's what if Lois Lane became the Eradicator because she was upset that like
No,
no one really
no,
mourned Superman when he died and she killed the Justice League.
no. That's a bad idea.
Uh yeah, well, yeah, because it's Lois Lane, so who cares? But still.
It's still a bad idea. I don't like I don't want her to be Eradicator. You must be joking. Even though she is being portrayed as the villain of the
Mm-hmm.
story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Think about it, right?
She's the yeah. Well, at least she's a bad guy in this.
I mean, you're not wrong, but
It's not like they're trying to paint her out to be some hero, which she's not. So there you go.
I mean, I wish there was in the new 52.
Well, yeah, but that again, nostalgia, people.
Yeah, what can I say? I'm sure that made a good buddy Tevia not happy about that when
He
that
doesn't
issue came out.
care because it's a Elseworld story.
Really? Okay,
At
that's
least that,
interesting.
at least that's what I think.
That's interesting. I've got to ask him that. What does he think about the evil Super Lois? That's like that's what should nickname that evil version of Lois Lane. Evil Super Lois.
Haha. Yeah, that would be great. I would love that.
Yeah. So but Jared, do you think it's a good way to wrap up, or do you want
Yeah,
to
I
continue
think
with?
so. I think so.
I mean, I know it's a short stream, but we've got loads of things got planned up. Maybe later on tonight, guys, we might do another live stream where we just chill, sit back, relax, talk comics, talk video games, just chill because it's my birthday in literally 2 hours.
Happy birthday!
Well, more than 2 hours, 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 20 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
So in 2 hours and 20 minutes, I turn 32. So So with that being said, Jared, where can they find you? Let everyone know what you got coming up on your channel.
You can find me at Jared from Comics League on YouTube. I do quite a few other like pieces of content, and one of the things I just put out is my review of Power Rangers Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, freaking dope book. And if you become a member, every month I go to the comic book store, I get a big stack of books and read and review them. And then at the end of the month, I leave a little write up for you guys to read my reviews. So there you go. And in terms of other like content I do every week, we do like movie night where Teladia and Nick from the Phoenix Press, Jay Heat Blaze, and I we talk, and occasionally a guest. We'll talk about like different superhero related movies, whether or not it's like really a comic book movie or if it's like kind of a comic book movie, or in Teladia's case, not really a comic book movie, like when he selected Casper the Friendly Ghost.
But it was still canon because of the comic.
Okay, but then and we do a new show called Comics League Dark where we talk about Joe and the news of the day and just like hang out and vibe.
Yes.
And Under Two Capes is this week, and I'm still thinking about what I want to do for this week's Under Two Capes. So any suggestions there? And if you're a friend of Superman, and if you're a fan of Superman and Wonder Woman, fan fiction writer Nightscape Wonder and I do a podcast every Monday. Well, it's released every Monday, where we discuss the publication history of Superman and Wonder Woman, their mutual affection, and how DC continually screws the pooch with that. So that's what I got. In fact, if you want, I'll just drop a link to my channel in
Yeah,
the
do that.
chat.
Do that. You're a moderator, so you have the links. You have the power.
I have the power. Well,
There you
there
go,
you go.
guys.
It's right there.
There you go,
And
guys. That's the link to
sub
his
and
channel.
become a member, and you get special access to me and all the content I make.
Yep. So, is there anything else you want to add?
Not really.
Okay. So as for me, guys, you guys can follow me on Twitter at Teladia Plays underscore, which you guys can see there. As for what I've got coming up, I plan. Obviously, I'm trying to think. We might do a live stream, another live stream later on tonight for just chilling and relaxing and whatnot. Um, and then a potential Spider-Man stream over the weekend. Because I want to do different things, and also we'll be doing our movie night and whatnot with Jared. That's also another thing that we got planned up because it's the month of Snyder next month. So we'll
Yes,
be
it
doing
is. Yes, it is because of Rebel Moon. This is gonna be fun.
this is going to be fun. So we'll be talking about a lot about Snyder in the next couple of weeks on his channel, and also potentially on my channel as well. We'll be talking about Snyder and how much he impacted the comic book world. So that's a topic I really want to do. As for memberships, now guys, members only video. Once I finish Spider Man, you guys will get the early access to my review of Spider Man 2 once I finish the story. How do I feel about the story and all the campaign? How did I feel about like playing it and finishing it and all of that? You'll get my thoughts and honest opinions on it. Then it'll go out to the public for the general audience afterwards. And so that is from the 99 cents tier to the 4.99. So if you're 99 cents, you get a Discord server, you get exclusive roles in the Discord server, you'll get sections, and furthermore, there is there is collabs. You'll get to collaborate with me as well if you're the highest tier. So we'll say that. Um,
And by the way, Teladia, you just gave me an idea for this week's Under Two Capes episode.
wow,
It's going to be the Snyder effect. We are going to talk about in length the effect that Zack Snyder had on DC.
you know what? That's not a bad
There you
idea.
go. Hey, Snyder stuff gets a crap ton of attention on the channel, so I'm like, all right, I'll do it. We did it on Legacy, but I don't think we did. We sort of did it on Legacy, but I don't think we like hyper focused on Zack Snyder. So
We
yeah,
never
we'll do that.
we never properly hyper focused his stuff in the comic book world.
Plus, we can piss people off because they'll be coming in saying, move on. And I'm like, no. That's it. Whenever it leaves comments like "move on," move
You're
on,
gonna
enjoy
die,
gun stuff.
clown.
I'm just gonna say no.
And they're gonna be saying,
That's
"You're gonna die, clown."
you're gonna die. Yeah, exactly. But
But we'll tell
yeah,
them it's fictional characters.
yes.
Fictional.
Fictional character. That happened once. I was talking to my friend Drew about his comic, and then we were talking about how people get like way too invested in this, and then he goes, "Where's that?" He basically goes, "Remember that scene from Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back where he goes where Ben Affleck's going fictional characters?" And I mean, oh, you mean this fictional characters? And I played the clip.
Yes. But still, guys, we got loads of things coming for members. We got loads of things with Comics League and myself together. We're going to be covering the New 52 in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks now. We'll be covering New 52 Justice League. That is going to be
Yes.
that is going to be very, very
My
exciting.
absolute favorite New 52 comic series, bar none. Besides
And
this.
and also, guys, we're going to put this out there. Game Awards is literally less than a month away.
Hey, there you go.
Make sure you guys start voting because Spider-Man 2 is up for a nomination for Game of the Year.
Vote for
And
it. Vote it.
vote for it, yes. And furthermore, Suicide Squad. I've just posted my Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League reaction video for the Suicide Squad Insider episode 1, which was posted by Rocksteady. And Jared and I will be talking about that behind the
Mm.
scenes. But other than that, Jared, you got any final words you want to say to the chat and let everyone know what is your um what do you say to the people? What do you have to say to them?
DC was on the verge of greatness and they dropped the ball.
All right, and on that note, we're out. Peace.